Welcome, everybody, to a very special episode of the H3 Podcast.
This is Ethan Klein. Ethan Klein's a douchebag. And today, Ethan is here to prove just how big of a douchebag he is. Can you say douchebag, boys and girls?
Today's my first ever debate against the one and only Steven Crowder, thank you very much. Thank you. Steven
Ethan,
Crowder.
please stand up.
Who's standing up?
Ethan, please stand up.
Ethan, oh man.
Ethan, please stand up.
Who am I to disobey our great, glorious leader? Crowder challenged me to a debate. He called me a layup. He said I was stupid.
It's kind of weird that Ethan gets mad here, because he goes on to admit that he's not a good debater and that he's kind of stupid. If it were me, I would have brought up the fact that Ethan, who's a multimillionaire, still somehow looks like he lives in a goddamn dumpster.
Well, Steven, I think the debate speaks for itself. Steven Crowder, for those of you that don't know, is probably one of the most hateful, bigoted people on the platform. Racist, homophobic. I mean, pretty much hits every box.
Racist and homophobic. That sounds vaguely familiar. Hey, Ethan, this you?
It's just a wonderful string of words that really gets you going. Fuck you, I love that I can just say though.
I know you tried to bury this, but the internet's forever, you racist, homophobic piece of shit.
We made this big, beautiful compilation of some of his greatest hits, but it's actually so heinous and offensive that YouTube age restricted the first upload of our video. It's just a wonderful string of words that really gets you going. Fuck you, I love that I can just say though. So that all is available for our members, with the whole compilation, everything, which is, adds a lot of atmosphere. But for the sake of this version, we had to cut all of that out. But he is, let's just take my word for it in that case, a giant douche. It's just a wonderful string of words that really gets you going. Fuck you, I love that I can just say though. Well, my tiff with Steven came when he said that our clip about COVID, when we were saying it's okay to listen to scientists.
Nope, not letting you get away with that bullshit. That is not what you said, and that is not what they criticized you for. You said, you know what? Let's actually just watch the tape of what you said.
And discouraging any sort of critical thinking whatsoever and laughing about it with no self-awareness. This is my favorite clip of the year. Let's roll it.
They said you gotta wear a mask, so I'm out there wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Wow, big deal. And then now they say, if you're outside, you don't need to wear a mask. It's pretty simple. You want to talk about who's dumb?
Yeah, I mean, the CDC is like this whole governmental body with scientists and shit that just tell us what to do. You don't have to think about it, dude.
Well, that's a little different than you characterized it. Steven even set it up, telling you what he was making fun of you for. He was laughing at you because you said you don't even have to think about it. That's a really, really fucking stupid thing to say. Don't question the government, guys. They will always take care of you and have your best interest at heart. Just ask those fine fellows in Tuskegee. There were scientists there, too. Just to be clear here, I'm not suggesting the government is experimenting on us with vaccines or masks or any of this nonsense. What I am suggesting is that you should always be questioning the government, because you never know when they're going to be shitbags. But not Ethan. Ethan will just do whatever they tell him to, because he's a coward. More on that later.
Said it was his favorite clip of all time. We went back and forth for people who have been following, and Steven boldly challenged me to a debate.
Oh my God, the guy you've been arguing with challenged you to a debate? Oh my God, what's the world coming to? Are you for real right now? You were already arguing with him on Twitter and back and forth on video, but the idea of doing a in-person debate, that's just too much? Look, you don't owe him a debate. You could have told him no. But why are you making it sound like he's trying to be some fake macho guy when all he did was offer you what you were already fucking doing? It just would have been in real time.
And a video titled, Your Move, Ethan.
I will invite you on the show, Ethan Klein. I will have I'll follow you on Twitter. I will have Darren, my booker, reach out where you can come on this show.
Darren's his dad, by the way, right? Just say your dad, bro. He keeps trying to hide that it's his dad. You guys will get more info about the dad. But Darren's his dad.
He's not hiding that it's his dad, you stupid shit. He's giving you a name that's going to contact you. It's not like dad is going to contact you, you dumb fuck. But see how he sets this up? He won't even call his dad dad. Why are you hiding who your dad is, man? It's your dad. Just call him dad. Why are you so stupid? Ethan does this because he's a fucking liar.
We usually go after political figures, authoritative sources right on this show. Usually those are the people who we have to debate. Change My Mind is not a debate, but we've had politicians, scientists, Pulitzer winners, and every now and then a layup crosses our path who we just kind of like the shtick that you're only capable of.
Now, in our original video about Crowder, we had noticed that he had reached out to me to book me on his show, and he was kind of butthurt that I ghosted him all this time. And in this video, he claims here that he never reached out to a booker and that I'm lying about it. So here's what he says about that.
I'm going to assume that you didn't blatantly lie in some of the things that you said, that you're just really lazy or incapable of your due diligence. So you said we'll get to female booker reached out to you for the show. Hey, Gerald, have I ever had a female booker?
That's a no.
Never,
That's
ever. Now you're either lying.
We don't work with women on this show.
Look at this smug motherfucker. Is that what he said, Ethan? Did he say he doesn't work with women at all? He works with women. They appear on the show. Besides your wife and Trisha, who left you, do women work for you? I'm not saying they don't. I've just never seen them. In addition to being racist, homophobic, and an all-around shitbag, are you also a sexist? And I know this is unrelated, but for the love of God, will you take a fucking shower and shave that crap off your face? At the very least, go see your doctor and get some hormone treatments. They give that shit out like candy now.
So that's impossible.
Or you're so lazy. Because I don't want to bully you, and then you go and try and get us removed. You're so lazy, you didn't even just verify the fact that it was complete.
Well, you know what? I took this to heart. So I said, you know what, Stephen, I am going to look into this. I found the email that was sent to me. It was very professional. And it still had her social media contacts on it. And so I followed her down on Instagram, and I said, hey, blank, did you ever do booking for Louder with Crowder? I'm just trying to verify that this email I got from you inviting me on the show is real or not. Thanks. Here's the email, by the way. Super professional. Definitely a real email, by the way. This one in particular. She immediately responded to me. She said, yes, I did booking for him years ago for a few months. I'm not quite sure whose contact you'd have now. I know his dad does his booking for him, though. Let me know if you need it to try to find his contact. Interesting that she knows that detail. That makes me think that is very real. And that he's lying about inviting me on his show. How odd.
Gotta be honest with you. Don't know the truth of this part. Don't really give a shit. I'm only leaving it in so I can't be accused of cutting it up and taking things out of context. Maybe long ago, somebody invited Ethan onto Crowder's show. What it doesn't show is that Crowder went after Ethan for his really dumb fucking statement because he was mad about Ethan ghosting him years ago. That's the kind of stupid shit, well, that Ethan Klein would say.
Well, yeah, and while we're talking about lying, Stephen, why don't you tell him that you never filed a lawsuit? Tell us if you filed that lawsuit against YouTube, Stephen. Come on, be honest with your viewers. And you know, Stephen says he doesn't want to bully me, but here he goes on to say this, and I am feeling very insecure now that Stephen has taken a shot at me.
Wait, the Kleenex.
Let me just say, first of all, you have...
Hold on a second.
We were making fun of the fact that Stephen had Kleenex on his table, which is pretty funny, let's be honest. He's sitting there with gun holsters and tissue. I mean, what is he, crying every second?
Actually, that's not even a little bit funny. I mean, it's funny that you think it's funny, but I've seen what you think's funny. Things like this.
The truth is, I've been lying to you about my real identity this whole time. You want to know the truth? I am Futuristic Hub, and I will prove it to you right now. Come on, Daddy. Ooh, get that creep on me, boy. The Minecraft community is so regular. The Minecraft community is just super normal. Keemstar, get in on it. Come on, here, let's double team this. Ooh. Come on, Keemy. Hey, Keemstar, keep your hands to yourself. We're not crossing streams here.
Dude, what in the ever-loving fuck is wrong with you? I get that you were trying to make fun of Minecrafters, but you decided to pretend to have sex with Minecraft characters? And why in the ever-loving fuck do you have a Keemstar doll you use for sexual situations? You had that doll rub your nipples. What the fuck is wrong with you? This certainly proves nobody can ever question your comedic ability. You got Kleenex jokes, you have sex with Minecraft characters, and for the coup de grace, you have a doll of Keemstar feel you up. That's some funny shit right there.
So listen to this.
Get out of here. That's due to allergies, okay? So I had a bronchial thing, which is community guidelines in a mutable condition. It's genetic.
Oh, poor Steven with his allergies. Don't put the tissue on your desk. It's funny. All right, don't get so twisted up. Look how twisted he gets about me laughing about him crying all the time. He needs a box of tissue on his desk.
This is what we call projection. Steven's not twisted up. Steven's mocking you for a dumbass joke about Kleenex. Meanwhile, you're sitting there all butthurt over it. So butthurt over it that I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll get there.
But I guess there's a ceasefire here, so we can talk about any genetic conditions like
Sure.
the lack of chin, lack of beard, 120-pound man wearing the Cinderella bandana on his head.
That one I didn't get. What's the 120-pound man? Cinderella?
I couldn't really
If
follow.
he's talking about me, I am not 120 pounds. Trust me, dude.
Now, I don't want to speak for Crowder, but if I had to guess, I would guess he was talking about when you used to be skinny. When instead of looking homeless, you look like a homeless junkie.
We don't have it. Right. Well, anyway.
And to compensate with the beard that he uses just for men, or the
That's my
eyebrow phrase
favorite.
like E.T. in the cornfield? It's so stupid, bro. The point is,
I always think it's like hilarious when people actually go to the debase themselves to making fun of my Tourette's. You know, it's like, well, okay, dude.
Right, he should have more highbrow comedy, like this.
It's just a wonderful string of words that really gets you going. Fuck you. I love that I can just say though.
Sure, it sounds racist and homophobic, but at least it's not a cheap joke about something that people can't change, right? God, you're an asshole.
I really got you hard with the tissue thing, bro. Just don't put the tissue on. I can't hide my Tourette's.
You fired the first volley by making fun of his allergies. So.
Your allergies, dude. Poor
Which you
Steven
didn't
Crowder
actually
has a
do.
disability.
Yeah, we didn't
Yeah,
realize he
you
had a
know.
disability like that.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, bro.
Ableist much?
I had all that coming. Yeah.
It saddens me that this is what passes for humor on H3H3 Productions. Holy shit. Dude, come on. We can all see you're the one who's really upset here. Look at how mad you get over him making fun of your Tourette's. You started it with the insults. You made jokes that he has to wear that holster to seem manly, and how can he be manly when he has tissue on his desk? What kind of man uses tissue? Ha ha ha. God, you're fucking stupid.
I am deeply offended, though, at the bullying portrayed, and I take absolute cross with that.
Literally no one would be surprised to find out that you called Susan and whined about somebody being mean to you again. It's not the first time. You're part of the reason we got new community guidelines, because somebody made fun of poor Ethan. It would be more shocking if you hadn't called Susan yet. Go run to mommy, you little baby bitch.
You know, and Dan had this one moment that actually went a little bit viral in the political community that Steven notably ignored during our tit for tat. I'll play it for you here. And this is where I'm
Makes
leading
sense to a lot of people, but just because I feel like there's a decent chance Steven Crowder will see this, and this will be the only time that I get to say this. Debate Sam Seder, dude. Stop being such a pussy. I know that your dad doesn't want you to, and you know, but that was a long time ago. That was you're 3 years older now. It's time. It's time to debate Sam. So
This is called foreshadowing. It's the first time in this that Ethan tried to have somebody else fight his fights for him. Ethan starts it and runs and hides behind somebody bigger because he's a giant pussy. Interestingly, once the debate starts, this is one of the points that Steven does actually argue about. He goes head to head with Seder over whether or not the debate was ever even on the table. But these two fucking morons just repeat what they've heard on the internet because they're not bright. Ah, shit, I better be careful. Only Ethan's allowed to point out how fucking stupid Ethan is.
And notably, he doesn't include this. He watches the whole clip, but not the debate Sam Seder.
Weird he didn't cover that part. He went into a lot of detail on everything else.
Oh, yeah. Oh, exhaustive detail.
Huh.
Now, who is Sam Seder? Sam Seder is the host of a political left-leaning show called The Majority Report. Has 1 million subs. He's a big channel. Crowder famously backed out of a scheduled debate with Sam at Politicon, earning him the name Cold Feet Crowder at the behest of his dad. Sam secretly recorded the phone call with the organizer of the event, who exposed Crowder. Here's the call.
Yeah, that's a real shame.
I think you're bigger. Yeah, I don't know what his team is doing around him, and that's just for me to speculate at this point. I don't know.
He has a team. He has a whole team, and he won't do it. He can bring the team.
I believe it's his father, but I can't confirm or deny that.
By the way, everyone seems to be affirming that it's his dad doing all this shit behind the scenes somehow. So people speculate that he actually backed out of the debate because Sam is actually, an informed, good debater, and they were afraid that, Crowder would look like an idiot. And so he backed out at the last minute at the behest of his father. The thing is, he's happy to challenge me, somebody that has no political knowledge, very little. I don't spend my day talking and thinking about politics, nor am I a debater, nor am I, let's be honest, intelligent.
In case you haven't guessed what's about to happen, Ethan, who absolutely agreed to this debate, is going to bring in Sam Seder to pinch hit for him. Because he's a fucking pussy-ass moron. Nobody's going to deny that you're a dumbass, Ethan. I know you little sycophants kind of, what? Yeah, but you are. You're a fucking moron. But here's the thing. You started this. You were talking about political stuff. You kept it going. You agreed to the debate. You could have said no. You could have said, I don't want to debate you. You could have said, I'm not good at debate. I'm not that smart. And instead, you decided to set it up and bring in Sam Seder as some kind of, own of Crowder? All you did is show that you're a giant pussy. You just spent a whole bunch of time calling Crowder a pussy because he wouldn't debate Seder at whatever this conference was supposed to be. And I'll be honest, I don't know if they were actually supposed to debate or not. Don't really care. But if Crowder's a pussy for backing out, what's that make you? You didn't even have the balls to back out. You hid behind somebody else. What you did wasn't funny. You didn't own Crowder. You played yourself. You showed yourself to be a giant pussy, not him. Good job, moron.
So right, let's be honest. So with all that being said, we figured let's get someone who is familiar with the topics, who does spend their time thinking about politics, and who is, unlike me, smart. So we've got a little surprise for Steven Crowder. So let's all enjoy the debate.
Before we enjoy the debate, we need to talk about two things that Ethan doesn't talk about. Both can be seen on Crowder's response to this today. One we're going to watch, the other we're not. The one that we're not going to watch happens before the show. When Ethan and Crowder first start talking to each other, there's a nice exchange between the two, where they ask each other about their wives, both of whom are pregnant. And it seems, for a moment, like maybe this might be something worth watching. It also shows what kind of a two-faced piece of shit Ethan is. Because once he knows the camera's on and everything's live, then he turns into a complete shitbag. The other thing you need to know is that Steven Crowder called this. Again, before the show, as he's doing his sound check, this happens.
All right. Okay, you guys are going to call him and sound check him? Yeah. I bet this guy's going to do anything he can to avoid actually debating. Yeah. I think he wants to do anything that he possibly can to avoid.
Yeah, let me know when you want to.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Wait, when you want me to admit him into the room, I'll just do that.
Sure. Well, I'll just say you guys do the sound check. I don't want to sit there and talk with their producer Dan and stuff, but I don't think this guy wants to do this. I wouldn't be surprised if he's probably going to bring someone else on. Was his producer like a fan of that Seder character? Yeah, that'd be my bet. But hey, hopefully he mans up. Okay. I'm really glad to have my next guest on the show, and I've always said this. I always respect people who enter into the arena. And we've had a lot of debates on this show, which is different from like a Change My Mind, where we sit down and have conversations. But my old Brazilian jiu-jitsu coach always said, if you come a switch, we go switch. You go spicy, we're going to do a little spicy. So we always try and keep it as respectful as possible. And I really do appreciate the guy making the time, because a lot of people has a huge YouTube channel, several YouTube channels, one of the OGs. A lot of people watch him. You know him. Some of you like him. Some of you don't. Same can be said for me. Ethan Klein from H3H3. Ethan, thanks, man, for making the time.
You're very welcome. And I just want to say, I know you called me. You said that I would be a layup.
I think I used something like that.
And I think you're right, because I don't think I'm a very good debater. I think you know that. So I didn't want to make it too easy for you.
Oh, okay.
So I've prepared.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So
Dan,
what we were going to talk about is the initial quote that happened. I think he's looking off there. The initial quote that kind of was turned into a little bit of a meme, which wasn't intentional, and was you saying you don't even have to think about it regarding the CDC. And I disagree with that. I think people should think about it. I believe, and we talked about this through playful ribbing, in an aggregation of medical authorities and scientific voices to make an informed and rational decision. So where do you think that I'm wrong on that?
Let's play a little game here. Do you think our fat, unkempt friend, who's a millionaire but still looks like he lives in a fucking dumpster, is going to answer this question in good faith? Or do you think he's going to make a homophobic joke and insinuate that Steven Crowder is a pedophile?
Steven, do you know that the Spartans are like practice man love with children?
If you guessed that our dumpster baby here was going to go with the cheap gay pedophile joke, well, that was actually the easy choice. I mean, we already watched how much he loves to say.
Oh, geez. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. What did I tell you? He was going to do anything he could to avoid. Oh, there he is. Oh no, Sam Seder. What a fucking nightmare. You, I had no idea this was going to happen. I thought Ethan was a stand-up guy.
No, he's not a stand-up guy. He's the kind of guy that will tell you that you're homophobic and racist while he runs around saying homophobic and racist things. He's the kind of guy that has a doll of Keemstar and has sexual relations with it. He's the kind of guy that goes running to Susan Wojcicki because somebody said something mean about him and gets the rules changed so a whole bunch of people lose their videos. In other words, he is the trash that he looks like he lives in. Ethan's a fucking hypocrite. And if you'd like to know more about what a shitbag he is, Turkey Tom has done a couple of videos on him. You should go check those out. And now, in addition to everything else we know about Ethan, we know he's a giant fucking coward. Someone who starts a fight and then hides behind somebody else instead of manning up and just doing it. And we're not even talking about a physical fight. We're literally talking about debating your ideas. Can't have those challenged. He might come out looking bad. Well, you came out looking bad anyway. Good job, moron. You played yourself. Guys, that's going to wrap up this one. Thank you so much for watching. I'm the Ranting Monkey, and I'll see you next time.
Hey, Keemstar, keep your hands to yourself. We're not crossing streams here. Come on. This guy always crossing the line.
Seriously, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Fuzzy Monkey's awesome!
It's just a wonderful string of words that really gets you going. Fuck you, Nick. I love that I can just say Nick.